This is the Anker Soundcore 2 and it is one of the cheaper and long-lasting Bluetooth speaker batteries around. Will its cheaper price sacrifice the sound? How good is the battery really? Is it worth the price? Or should you look at something like, say, the Flip 4? Who is this for and what can you expect when you get it? Let's find out. Anker won't win any accolades for the Soundcore 2's design. It's a generic looking black bar with power, playback, pairing, and volume controls on the top. On the front of the speaker, you'll find a black metal grille which obscures two 6-watt drivers. On the side, you'll find a water resistance flap that protects the micro USB charging port and the 3.5mm aux port for use with older devices. Now, the body of the Soundcore 2 is coated in a grippy matte black rubber, which is nice to touch, but quickly shows fingerprints, so you're gonna have to clean this thing more often if you like things clean. The Soundcore 2 that we have is orange, and I know I will say black in the review, but that doesn't take anything away. I chose black because that is the more standard color. Now, the build quality is excellent. It's nice to know that its rugged body and water-resistant design can withstand the abuse of being outdoors. In terms of size, the Anker Soundcore 2 measures in at around 165mm by 54mm by 45mm, which makes it small enough to toss into a bag without the fear of it breaking, and not too large that it takes up a ton of space. Its bar shape makes it easy to transport, and it's light enough that you won't mind taking it with you. The Anker Soundcore 2 portable Bluetooth speaker isn't incredibly advanced either. You don't get a dedicated smartphone app for controlling your EQ, or even Amazon Alexa connectivity. But the speaker does sport an IPX7 waterproofing on paper, enough to handle any amount of precipitation, and enough to submerge the device in water if you really want to share your sound with the fishes, or even just hear if you can hear Rock of Ages over some water waves. But to each their own. Now, let's be honest, you aren't buying a Bluetooth speaker for well under $50 for a brand like Anker if you're looking for some flashy features or fancy functionality. The Soundcore 2 does what it's supposed to do. You take it out of the box, you turn it on, and find the device you're Bluetooth pairing to. Soundcore has also put in Bluetooth 5 to give you a super stable connection with the recommended 33-foot range, plus the ability to connect two devices at once. And if you pick up two Soundcore 2s, you can connect them both and run them in tandem as a stereo setup. If Bluetooth isn't something you're looking for, it does come with a 3.5mm aux jack, so it's nice for a cable at a party as well. The Soundcore 2 is quite impressive with its big battery. Now, the battery is promised to provide 24 hours of continuous playback. You see those figures regularly on smaller earbuds, largely because they don't push out much sound, but to see a full day's listening time with a device that pushes as much as this does is quite surprising. Now, out of the box, the Soundcore 2 has about 60% charge, and I've listened to it for about 10 hours without any interruptions. With a 24-hour clock time, it's hard to run this device down to absolutely nothing, but I'm confident that as long as you aren't pushing the volume very hard, that 24 hours is actually pretty conservative, and you might be even able to push it a little further. This little curvy cuboid is initially quite fun. There's plenty going on through the mid-range, and it's well balanced. We're not surprised by the amount of detail on display is rather limited, but things tick along nicely and timing is not an issue. Most songs don't come across as thin or insubstantial through the mid-range as we tap our feet along quite happily. However, despite the apparently bass-enhancing bass-up technology, the two-way design doesn't really offer much in the way of bass depth. Dynamics are also an issue. Lethal's bullshit tone is present, but the detail required to fully deliver his emotional skittishness isn't quite there. There's a diminished space between notes and absence of kind of layers that allow our ears to celebrate nuances between vocals and instruments. The Anker Soundcore 2 is an excellent entry-level Bluetooth speaker. It's loved for its 24-hour battery life, rugged build quality, and water resistance. While sound quality leaves something to be desired in the power and clarity departments, it will please most people. It's loud enough to fill a small room, but will struggle to be heard on a noisy beach or if you're on the street. Now, I don't recommend listening to this on the street because I'm not a big fan of the people who blast their music. Man, we invented headphones for a reason. All in all, this is expected from such a compact speaker with stellar battery life, but it's a trade-off nonetheless when it comes to sound. Those who want 360-degree audio, waterproofing, and better sound should look at something like the Flip 6 or cheaper Flip 4. Bass lovers should check out the JBL Charge 4, which is much larger but lasts just as long as the Anker. That's just my opinion. Why don't you let me know your opinions in the comments down below. Give the video a like if you learn anything, and maybe hit that subscribe button if you enjoy these types of reviews. If you want to learn a little more about, say, a JBL option, then why not check out this video on the Charge 4, another portable Bluetooth speaker that has the exact same battery life, but also might sound just a little bit better.